Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So, I'd like to talk to you about GIAX because I heard from people in the comments that you want me to add it to YieldMight, which I will be doing before Monday next week, okay? And I wanted to check it out and make sure that, it really was a high-income ETF and what it really was about, because the little blurb summary didn't make a bunch of sense to me the first time I saw it, but then I glanced over the prospectus, which this is managed by Jay, by title now. So that's nice to know. And this is basically like the VT of covered call ETFs. So they are not an index. They don't track an index, but they do have a basket of equities that are uncorrelated. And they also own some single stocks because they represent an uncorrelated equity asset. So if you look in their, and they've been paying a pretty good distribution, around 30 to 40 cents per distribution, which is nice. I like consistency. And then but I was going to go down to the holdings, and they have VU, and they have the small caps, and they have the dividend, which they own the underlying. So this will even have some legitimate dividends. And they have mid caps, and then they have Argentina and India and emerging markets, and some. And then when you go and you download their holdings, you see that they have Apple and Amazon, Google and Meta, and some Nvidia, and Tesla. Is a good mix between some really high volatility things. And if you look at like VU, their IV is at 12%. So it's going to be a pretty stable fund. And so far on the website, it says they are paying a 25% distribution. And the distribution rate is 24%, and the expense ratio is pretty typical for what we're getting. And the prospectus says that they can do at the money and out of the money. So if this is like how they do yield max, it's probably going to be about 5% out of the money, but I haven't tracked it. I don't know anyone that actually tracks this. I haven't actually heard about this until people started requesting it, but it has been around since July of last year. So if you look at the total returns so far, this actually has earned less than XDT and YMAX. But I think for me, since this is, like I said before, it's like the VT, it's like a total world thing, I would put this more in competition with something like SPY-T, because, and I think that there are situations where GIAX would actually do better than both XDTE and YMAX. So just because it hasn't done better so far doesn't mean that it's a bad investment, if that makes sense. So, like, for example, over the last 6 months, you can see that the GIAX just hasn't, dipped as much as XDTE when there's a downturn. So it's not that it is necessarily protected against downturns, it's because it's in uncorrelated sectors. So if large caps are going down, mid caps might not be going down, or if something's going on in America, mid caps might not be, or not mid caps, but like India might not care. So I like that this has international exposure and emerging markets, and they've done this in such a way with a mix of things that are lower volatility so that they get a consistent distribution without losing too much NAV. But I mean, since December, everything's been going bad, so you can't really expect these funds to do well when the market's doing bad. So I look forward to having this on my radar now, and eventually when I get to the point where I'm earning around $7,000 a month, I'm going to start putting money towards safer high income ETFs. And I think that this might actually change my plan from using something like SpyT to using this, because this is basically the world, and it might not be the best, but it won't be the worst yield. So, and 25% is still nice. So that is my overview of GIAX. Hopefully that was informative, and let me know if you're excited about this, or if this is not going to be something that you want to do because the distribution rate is too low. So I would like to thank you all. I actually wound up updating this yesterday just in time for this to be out of date again. So I will try to update this tonight. But I would like to thank you all for supporting me, because this helps me keep the website up and continue development on it. And AdSense has been denying my application to put AdSense on there, because I want to put the advertisements on there so I don't have to keep begging for money. But I do really appreciate you all buying me a coffee, and I will add GIAX by this weekend, and also BTCI. I'll get all of the past performance stuff in there nice. And Wade, I'm pretty sure that I responded to you in the comments section about the yearly, and I'll do what you suggested, where basically we use the same card here that's monthly, and just reuse the card to make it yearly. And that won't be a big deal either to add. It'll just be this times 12. And the reason why I did this before is because, $4.98 isn't that impressive until you realize that it's 21. If we did this 4.3 times, it'd be $21. And then you come down here and you're like, well, it's not more than anything Bitcoin related or ULTY, but it's more than AMDY and Netflix and Airbnb. So why not do the Defiance that has the puts? Or, YMAG has an $18 distribution this month, which is still better than AMD, but not better than Coney this time. But like I say, these are hardly ever all the way up to current. So take this with a grain of salt. I just thought that these are probably typical on any given month. USOI is probably going to pay more than Clip on any given month. So I think it's still useful to see them side by side, and I will be continuing to develop this. And and then I guess the other self-promo I'm going to do today is today's uploads for my Financial Philharmonics channel. So Bitcoin Stands Alone is an upbeat tempo where, it's Bitcoin, not crypto. Bitcoin's the only thing you need to invest in, not financial advice. But yeah, Bitcoin's pretty much the only thing you need to invest in. And then NAV Vampire is my attempt at doing a sad and soulful breakup song with ULTY. So I like it. Also, I am really proud that I managed to work in Iron Condor in there. So it has a special place in my heart. What can I say? And then Be Your Own Bank was inspired by a video I watched that was the name of their video, and I really thought it was going to be one of those life insurance scams, but it was actually just, if you have enough money through dividends or high income ETFs, then you should be able to fund your lifestyle without ever having to go beg for a loan to do anything. And real estate and all that's real cute, but man, just keep investing in the stock market, and it's low maintenance and it's your money. So just be your own bank, have your own money, and don't beg anyone for money. So like you know what I mean. So and I've been so amused by making stuff through SunoAI, and I hope that you all are enjoying listening to that too. And yeah, just, I know, like, I haven't really been hearing about GIAX, but do you think this will be the year of GIAX? They could have picked something that was easier to pronounce, but anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.